Yeah, it's 3 a.m. now on Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024. And I am pulling a partial all-nighter to do what I was supposed to be doing earlier this evening, but couldn't do because I started getting multiple phone calls on both of my phones by some psycho creep who was using a really creepy serial killer voice to tell me during 3 different phone calls that he made to both of my cell phones between 8:35 p.m. and 10 p.m. that he was going to murder me. That kind of sidetracked my efforts at getting stuff done this evening because I had to call the police, then I had to wait for the police, then I had to spend 20 minutes talking to the police and bringing them up into this unit. But my point is right now that in spite of all that craziness, I still got everything done that I needed to do this evening. And I am finishing it at 3 in the morning because when I have to get stuff done, I get it done. It gets done. It doesn't matter if I am exhausted and have to drink like 5 gallons of coffee. It doesn't matter if I feel sick and, need to take like Pepto-Bismol or whatever, or Advil or whatever. It doesn't matter if I've had a bad day or if people have been making creepy phone calls to my phone and telling me they're going to murder me. I still get stuff done. And that's how I've been getting stuff done my entire life. You know that whole Nike PR campaign from a few years ago where they kept slapping their slogan, "Just do it," all over the place? Well, when you have to, you just do it, right? And that is what functional, normal, focused, goal-oriented people do. You just do it. If you have to be at work at 6 in the morning and you didn't get home until 1 a.m. from your workday the night before, you still make it to work at 6 in the morning. And I've done that so many years in a row. I can't even count how many years I've spent pulling all-nighters at work, pulling all-nighters for school. I completed 5.5 years of a six-year full-time PhD program in clinical psychology while working 3 jobs to pay my tuition and my living expenses while I was in that PhD program. I also spent multiple years working as a master's level research scientist in tumor biology and angiogenesis at Harvard Medical School, and then another 4 and 5 years in the pharmaceutical and biological sciences industry, working for biotech companies like Biogen. And in order to get to those companies, you do whatever you need to do to get your foot in the door in terms of successful interviewing and creating a really bang up resume. And then once you get hired, you do whatever you need to do to be successful at that job and to work the duration of your job, however many years that's supposed to be. So it is 3 in the morning. This is my workstation. I actually spent a couple of hours earlier this evening cleaning this entire floor. And if you see marks on the floor, that's paint and scuff marks from construction materials kind of being smeared around. It's not dirt. I spent over 2 hours earlier this evening cleaning everything that I could possibly clean in this unit, spraying down my sheets with rubbing alcohol and smacking them out in the front stairwell and sweeping the entire floor and sweeping it again, washing all the dishes, putting away all the food in random bags, organize this corner right here so it's a little bit more of an organized mess than it normally is. Made sure that the bathroom was clean and neat. Well, neat. I'm not so sure about clean. I haven't sprayed it down since last Thursday during the inspection visit from Inspectional Services, but the bathroom is still fairly neat. I mean, there isn't any giant messes in here. And I just keep a shower curtain on the floor in case any kind of water starts seeping onto the floor, either from the sink or from the toilet. I mean, there's always water on the floor and I'm not sure where it comes from. So I just put a shower curtain down. But the unit is clean and neat, and I knew I needed it to be clean and neat even before I sat down and started hammering out basically petitions, legal petitions, And I've covered all of my bases with what I need to write out in those legal petitions. So I've gotten most of what I need to do done, and it's 3 a.m. I could actually keep going. But again, when stuff needs to get done, I do it. So there we go. And my point in making these statements is that all of the verifiably psychotic and mentally disturbed lowlifes living in all 3 adjacent units to mine and who comment on my YouTube videos, which, you know, are always about this building. Therefore, the people who watch those videos live in this building complex. They keep saying that I'm crazy, but crazy people don't have the discipline, the focus, or the wherewithal to deal with multiple distractions and roadblocks and challenges, as I did this evening with receiving death threats and comments from this crazy, creepy crank caller that he can see what I'm doing. And then also having to deal with some family obligations in terms of calling my dad and checking up on him while still getting stuff done at the level that they need to be done. So I pretty much finished the legal brief that I needed to write up this evening, and it is done. There's just a few, maybe like a few sentences that I need to fill in the facts with. I need to do a little bit more research on the laws that were not properly followed in this situation. But other than that, the bulk of the brief that I'm filing in court later this week has been written, and it's actually written 2 days before it's due. So I'm done. And all I need is some water, a few Starburst, some elevator music. I haven't even had any coffee this evening. I had coffee this afternoon, but not this evening. And I'm still awake, and this place actually looks pretty decent, and I'm happy with that. So am I crazy? Absolutely not. Do I like to scratch my eczema? Well, it's very itchy, so I scratch it. Do the psycho nut jobs who somehow can see what I do in this unit think that I'm crazy because I scratch my eczema? Apparently they do, but they are so beyond stupid and ignorant, their opinions don't even matter. They have absolutely no idea what the diagnostic criteria are for any mental health disorder, except maybe the ones that they personally have. And they also don't even know what the actual definition of crazy is. So they just think that crazy is whatever they want it to be, and that is crazy. So I got done everything I needed to do tonight, and I'm actually just going to pat myself on the back here because I just wrote up a 10-page legal brief, and I'm not even an attorney.